Hey, Shalom, ye men of Israel, Bayat Shah Dawadah, House of David. I want to start off by giving all thanks, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahara Kakadash. Yahweh being a true Hebrew name of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, okay, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and the Rakal Kadash, which is the Holy Spirit, okay. I want to give double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone, who rule well, teach well, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are pushing His truth and sincerity, and the great multitude that will be calling upon the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai in prophecy and in truth, love, and faith to Yahweh Shemel Shai. This is your brother Bernard Bond of the Dollar GMS Camp, coming to you again with another lesson. All right, at the slave ship, praying that this lesson will be edifying and to the point. All right, so this article is a sign of the time to come. Okay, this is by the Mirror U.S. Politics. It says federal agency announces $500 reward for people who snitch on criminals. Okay, people who snitch on criminals. And what is a criminal? We know who is the number one criminal in this place called Babylon, aka America. Alright, so let's read this article, get some precept. We pray that this lesson will be edifying. It says, authorities in Washington, D.C. are offering a $500 reward for those who provide tips leading to arrests, Attorney General Pam Bondi said on Wednesday. So basically, someone can just call the police in Washington, D.C., which, by the way, they have been federalized by Donald Trump. The elder Yashwam did a beautiful lesson, okay, on the purpose behind Donald Trump federalizing these police officers, okay, whereas the crime in Washington, D.C. has gone down by 25%. So what is the purpose for those men to be federalized? There's something more sinister at work here, man. All right? And this is part of that sinister activity, gradualism. It says, we have now made over 550 arrests in Washington, D.C. and have taken 76 illegal firearms off the streets. So this devil, he's going to post, he's going to give you, minute by minute, updates, which are just lies at the end of the day, unrighteous decrees. He's basically deceiving many, and there's people out there thinking that, hey, he's doing a great job. He's getting the criminals off the streets. But they don't know what this devil is truly doing, okay? He has to build this up in a way that it looks good at the beginning. People have to buy in. This is propaganda at the end of the day, okay, to bring about what he calls, make America great again. Basically, it's make America white again, as the brothers would say. It goes on to say, U.S. Marshal Services is offering a reward for any information leading to an arrest. It said, together, we will make D.C. safe again, Bondi wrote on X. It said, the news comes after Donald Trump deployed the National Guard to Washington, D.C. and earlier this month and wielded his presidential authority to bring Washington, D.C. police under federal oversight in a bid to take our capital back. Well, was the capital under siege? Was there a war going on, civil unrest in Washington, D.C.? Again, this is just a ploy, all right, to bring about that new world order. And in these things, man, they're making what? Unrighteous decrees. You see? In fact, let's get that. Unrighteous decrees. That's Isaiah 10:1. Because this devil will pass laws against you so-called blacks, Latino, Native Indians, okay, to bring about that white supremacy. All right. It says, I have this in the NLT. It says, what sorrow awaits the unjust judges and those who issue unfair laws? So we know this president, Donald J. Trump, always in the news. Every minute he's declaring a new law, okay, something that he's passed that may sound ridiculous at the beginning, but he's putting together pieces. He's putting together pieces, okay, to bring about that new world order, to bring about Jacob's trouble. All right? But it has to be disguised as if he's doing something great for America. Yeah, he's doing something great for so-called white people for now, until he puts you under his thumb. Once everything is sewn together, you'll see what he's been sewing the whole time, what he's weaving the whole time. Isaiah 10:2 says, they deprive the poor of justice and deny the rights of the needy among my people. They prey on widows and take advantage of orphans. Now, with this snitching program, okay, this is going to allow people basically calling on one another. So I can see Jake, so-called blacks, calling police on one another just to get that prize money, man. It's a bribe at the end of the day. If Jake is out on his luck and he needs money, and he knows this guy around the corner has been, doing some, illegal shit, he's going to call just to get that money. This article goes on to say, all right, it says, declaring the day Liberation Day, Trump announced he was activating Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act and placing the Washington, D.C. police under direct federal supervision to restore the Capitol. And the lesson that the Elder Yashwamba went into basically capsulized, that this place, Washington, D.C., is a core hub for witchcraft, okay? It's the center of a lot of idolatry, and that's where Esau Edom gets a lot of his sorcery powers from. Okay, so it's only right on the left-hand side that things are sort of ramping up in Washington, D.C. This is going to build up to, again, what's the word I'm looking for? The subjugation of all people, not just so-called black people, not just so-called Hispanic, not so-called native Indians. This is going to fall upon all people, right? Let's get this precept, Bob Shah. And we're going to get this in the KJV. This is Revelation, all right, 12 and 12. Because these things that he's doing are things according to the scriptures, man. If you want to see what this devil is really doing, you have to line up what he's doing according to what's been written in the scriptures, because it's prophetic that, he's going to be ruling in these times, but it's also prophetic, Salakia, that his rulership is at an end. This is Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. That's all the inhabitants. Okay? So again, like I said, it's not just you so-called blacks, Latino, Native Indians. All people, including so-called white people, okay, are going to come under subjection, okay, of those that are building this new world order. All right? They're not going to discriminate to a certain degree. All are going to be under the thumbs of those that are ruling this kingdom. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down onto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So all these things are ramping up. Okay? Pieces are being moved. That's why you see this president consistently in the news. Every minute it's a new law. It's this, it's that. He's constantly in the news. Why? They know that they're running out of time. And he had his job, okay, as Donald Trump, blowing the Trump, right? His job is to put all these pieces together quickly. They're kind of getting sloppy about it, okay? Things are happening so fast, man, that this devil, he's going to slip up a little bit, all right? Let's go up and read this precept, Baba Shah. Revelation 12:10, all right? And it goes into, it says, I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuse them before our power day and night. So he wants you to call. He's going to use, okay, the 2/3 of Israel, the unwanted, the reprobates, those that are not heeding, okay, heeding the word of Yahweh Shema Shah. They're not fearing in the word of Yahweh Shema Shah. So those are going to be the ones that are going to be calling snitches. Now, mind you, they may be snitching on people that are drug dealers. They may be snitching on people that are troublemakers in the neighborhood. Okay? But the whole point at the end of the day, they're going to be snitching on the men of the Lord. All right? On the men of the Lord. Now, it starts with Great Millstone, but all those that are claiming to be Hebrew Israelites are going to fall under, okay, the thumb, okay, of those that are ruling in this time. Do we have anything else on this article? So you see that picture where they're, it's Jake, right? Look at that. So-called black people being rounded up. This is a message. This world is made up of signs, okay, tokens. You can find those signs in words and in their action. But mostly, these things that they're doing, they are prophetic, and you can find, those things that they're doing, okay, you can match it up to prophecy, man. You see? Let's get this precept, Bob Kashah, Proverbs 17 and 15, because you're going to have people that are going to be justifying the wicked works of this devil. So let's get Proverbs 17 and 15. Proverbs 17:15, it reads, let's scroll up a little bit. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. So this devil, by him enacting this I don't know if it's a law or a rule, right? The Snitch program to earn $500, okay, you're going to see a lot of people going to be arrested because there's going to be a lot of calls. For $500 and Jake don't have no money in his pocket, they're going to receive a lot of calls. Some are going to be justified, like I said. These may be criminals, but we know who the true criminal is. That's the red man, the self-proclaimed white man, right? Because he's really red. His blood shows underneath his skin. And that red goes into, like blood, all right? Because we know the first crime family was Cesare Borgia, his father, Pope, what was his name? Pope Rodrigo, okay? Borgia, you see? The first crime family. And what were they calling themselves? Christians. You see? So let's see if we have anything else on that article. If not, we'll get some precepts. It says here, let me see if I missed anything. All right. It says, you'll be meeting the people directly involved with that, Trump said. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. Trump conducted a press briefing at the White House and revealed that he was also dispatching the National Guard to help reestablish law and order of public safety in the nation's capital. Woo! It's like it. And we know this devil makes laws for what? Himself. Okay? The law protects himself, but oppress other people. Let's get this precept, Bob Kashah. All right? Let's get Psalms 94 and 20. Psalms 94 and 20 reads, because again, you have to understand, these laws, the foundation of the laws were not meant for so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, right? The foundation of the laws that decrees of this land were created to assert their authority over those that they were oppressing, all right? And to maintain their authority, you see? Esau Edom wants to always maintain his power. So why would he make laws for you? This is Proverbs 94 and 20, and it reads, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? So they are the throne of iniquity. You see? And what does Esau Edom have to do with salvation, okay, for so-called black people, native Indians, and Latinos? What salvation does he have to offer you? Because he's the one that subjugated you. And this was the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai at the end of the day. All right? This is his story. You see? So Esau Edom, the man of blood, the son of perdition, as it says in Second Thessalonians 2, all right, and 3, he is not for your cause. You see? Psalms 37 and 14, let's get that, lets you know that this devil is not to be trusted. But our people, I say our people, so-called blacks, Latino, Native Indians, you love oppression. You love this devil. And look what he's doing to you. This is a prelude of things to come against you, man. This is Psalms 37:14, says, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. So he's coming after the men of the Lord. Okay? And you have to, be able to see this spiritually. Some people are praising this devil, Donald Trump, for what he's doing. Oh yeah, he's cleaning up our streets. Okay. But guess what? He's going to be cleaning you up as well. By the time you realize what he has done, it's going to be too late. Because you're going to be locked up too. So-called white people. All right? He's going to call you criminals as well. You see? Now, what are we to do in this time, man? We ought to, hey, man, ask Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua to hide us. Let's get that Psalm 64. Because he's doing all these things behind closed doors. And some people are in the know that are not even in the truth. All right? But it takes the men of the Lord, specifically Great Millstone, to break these things down to you in such a way that you'll be like, oh, damn, I didn't see that. You see? This is Psalm 64 and 2. Well, we'll start at 1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. These guys have been planning this. Hey, I did say that they're running out of time, Revelation 12:12. All right? But these are things that they've been planning from day one. They're getting sloppy at it, right? But as it says in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? We need divine power to deliver us out of the hands of our enemy. It said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the works of iniquity, who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. They're going to pass these unrighteous decrees, these laws, to be able to pay off snitches, okay, to turn in the men of the Lord. And those that they deem to be criminals, or the T-word, T-Rexes, right? It said that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. It said they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search. All right? Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. They've been plotting this thing from day one. It said, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they shall be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and that see them shall flee away. So we need divine power, man. We need Yahweh Shema Shah to cover us, to hide us from the secret counsel of this devil, man. It's going to take divine intervention, all right, at the end of the day, all right, to escape this devil's hands. We can't do it of our own, man. All right, let's close out with Revelation 2:10. Don't want to make this too long. Revelation 2:10. The Most High has prepped, okay, his elect and hopeful elect for Jacob's trouble and this time to come. You see? And it says in Revelation 2:10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried. You shall have tribulation 10 days. Now, that's not specific at 10 days, right? It's just letting you know that, a specific amount of days, this devil may have you locked up. Okay? It said, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. See, Yahweh Shema Shai has swallowed death, man. We through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, believe through faith that Yahweh Shai rose from the dead. He was risen. He swallowed up death, man. So death is not the end, man. It may seem like it's the end, right? But for those that are martyred in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, they shall be raised up first, man. All right? So death is not the end, man. It's only the beginning. All right? With that being said, I want to give all thanks, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostle of Great Millstone, who rule well, teach well, peace, and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right? Hey, there's no way to escape prophecy. We just have to believe and have faith in Yahweh Shema Shai to be delivered out of this place, through life or through death. Call hello Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom Israel, by Yahshua Dawadah, House of David.